Hey everyone. So sorry I look like hell. It's been a rough day for me emotionally, just crying and stuff all day. It's just been crazy. Anyway, I wanted to get on here because I wanted to just talk about acknowledging how you feel and acknowledging when you've hit your breaking point and you just can't take anymore for the week, for the month, for whatever time frame. Acknowledge those feelings that you have and be okay with telling people that today ain't the day, that you're not in the right space to talk. So I'm going to tell you all about my day. So my day, basically, Thursdays always start off with a long morning meeting. That all went well. I didn't cut my camera on anything. I spoke when I needed to speak, and I'm sure they could hear in my voice just the kind of stress and tiredness in my voice. And that went on into I had another meeting later on in the day with my direct group within my company. Excuse me. In that meeting, we basically felt like, in that meeting, we were basically discussing like what was going on in the world. Like it was something my skip manager put on, so the manager of my manager put on today, and they started off, with first let me caveat and say I've been in a lot of these meetings in the past week or so and having a lot of discussions around, the things going on in the world affecting the African American community. And as a mother, a black mother, it's a lot of emotions tied into this for me. And I just found myself like in these meetings where I just couldn't take it anymore today. I was in the meeting. It started off, it showed the video. I'm sure everybody's seen it, where the kids are in a race for $100 and the one who makes it to the line first gets the $100. But it asks the kids like, okay, if you grew up in a 2-parent household, take 2 steps forward or something like that. And then you see all the black kids staying behind, and it just shows how the privilege works, and how setting up your child's life, or setting up your life being set up for you and no worries and so forth, gives you a certain privilege over other kids. So it started off with that, and then it went into like African American male at the company talking about his experience with racism. And then after that, it was a female who jumped on, and I honestly just couldn't take it today. Like, I know it might be wrong to say this, and I probably shouldn't feel this way, but I do. And I'm just tired of holding like white people's hands to help them understand what's going on. The same stuff that's been going on for decades, for centuries in our country. And so, like, I just don't have the energy to make people feel comfortable with what's going on. You should feel uncomfortable. All of us should feel uncomfortable, because what's going on isn't just affecting one person or one race or one family. It's affecting us all. And it's bigger than George Floyd. It's bigger than Breonna Taylor. It's bigger than Ahmaud Arbery. It's bigger than, that it's so many people that are not being seen that are being killed. So many people that are not being seen that are being brutalized. And not just by police, but by other entities, by just other hate groups and racial groups and so forth. And it's just, when I say people, I'm referring to African Americans in this conversation. And it's so much, y'all. It's so much. And as a mother of a black child, and having to tell my 7-year-old child about what's going on in the world, and that, it's certain things that he can't do as a young black man, and that he has to be more independent. So, he knows how to do things if me and his daddy aren't there with him. It's just stuff like that, y'all. It's a bit much for me, because I always wanted my child to have what I didn't have, which was growing up with a sense of innocence, not super sheltered to the point that he don't know how to maneuver the world, but with innocence. I didn't expect to be having these racial discussions with him until he was a couple of years older, at least 10. And to have to go so heavy in depth right now, with him only being 7, is just, and just turning 7, it's just a bit intense for me, you know. As a mother, as a parent, all we want to do is protect our children, and that is so difficult in the given times and given days. You know, like Tamir Rice, but he was about 9 or so when they killed him. It's so much, and I couldn't imagine anything in this world happening to my son. And I don't want anything in this world to happen to him. But to look and see the injustices that are happening around our country, or not just in our country, around the world, to people of color, just tears me down. And today just wasn't the day. Like, today is a day that I couldn't process my own emotions or control my own emotions to be able to be there for someone else and hear what they have to say and let them take it in. I'm glad we're having all these talks around racial inequalities and injustice happening in the Black community. But I challenge people to do more than talk and put actions with those words. Write your Congress vote. Write all the politicians you know and ones you don't know. Be kind to someone else. Be understanding of someone else in their situation, you know. And if you see something going wrong with somebody, be that voice. Don't be afraid to stand up for someone else. Sorry. And like, be okay with telling people that you're not in the right space to hold certain conversations. Be okay with telling people that now is not the time. Try me another time. Because today I had to do that with my skip manager. I apologized, like, hey, this is, I'm not in the right headspace for this meeting. But thank you for hosting it. And there's a lot going on. I'm emotionally drained, exhausted, tired, so forth. I had to take some of my child's innocence this week. And there's a funeral going on for a man who shouldn't even be dead right now. And it's just too much. Thank you, but I'm gonna have to step away today. Immediately after that, my manager sent me a message wanting a one-on-one. And I had to have a real talk with him too, where I was like, hey, it just said a quick check-in just for you, to make sure you're okay and so forth. And I just said in a message to him, I said, hey, if this meeting is about work, I'm all for having it tomorrow. But if this meeting is about my personal feelings and emotions, I'm not in the right headspace. It ain't the day. So try me again towards the end of next week. And he respected that and said, okay, well, I'll check on you next week. So, like, I appreciate the support that I have around me. I appreciate, you know, my managers and different people wanting to talk to me and look out for me. You know, it's just hard. I was in our group for, like, you know, African American, all my African American coworkers. Like, we have a local group, a local chapter, and I was in there just talking. And even today, I couldn't hold my composure in that meeting. I broke down. I couldn't cut my camera on. I had my phone, my message on silent because, or my mic off, because it was just too overwhelming hearing other people's stories and experiences. And then, like, just everything, like sharing mine and what I'm going through. It's a lot. And today is just one of those meltdown days for me. I guess I do go through emotional meltdowns when the energies around me are just so overwhelming. And that's kind of what it is right now. The energy in this world is just so overwhelming right now. And my hair looks super crazy, super thick right now. And that's just where I was at, you know. And I just had to come on here because I know that I'm not the only person experiencing this and going through this. And I just want to hop on here and say it's okay to not be okay. Your voice has power. Use it. And tell people when it's just not the day and it's not the time or the space, and you can't do it today. It's okay to say that. It's okay to be hurt. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to have a lot of mixed emotions and not know what you are. Just know that you have another day coming tomorrow, and it's going to be a better day, and things can only hopefully improve. We just have to be optimistic and hopeful that the steps that we are taking right now, the sacrifices that are being made right now, will make a better, tomorrow and the day after and the month after and the year after, and a better situation for the younger people. I'm so proud of this current generation of people that are just like, no, we're not going to take it. No matter what color they are, they're willing to step out there and say, no, enough is enough. This is what's happening. And, while COVID sucks and it's definitely been a disparity to the African American community, I'm grateful for COVID right now, because had COVID not been going on right now, what's going on in the world would truly have been missed again. Right now is the first time, probably in our history since I've been alive, that American people have not had as many distractions with sports and with different programs and shows and all these other things where we are actually paying attention. The world has slowed down for us finally, and we're paying attention to the things that are going on around us. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that, my people and my allies and everyone has just kind of realized that, hey, this stuff is not right. I'm trying not to use any profanity, but this stuff is not right, and is not fair, and it's not just, and it's uncalled for, and it's inhumane. And I'm so grateful for that. And I hope that people noticing that will make this world a better place when my little one is old enough to be a man and walk down the streets and not have to worry about someone stopping him or mistaking him for someone else, or mistaking anything about him as something negative and a reason to kill him, hurt, harm, or endanger him in any kind of way. And I hope that is the end result of what's going on. And I hope that the actions continue to happen in a manner that will cause a reaction, so to speak, but in a positive way, to better our world, to better our community, to better our society. Because we need that. We need it really bad right now. But I did this video really just to say that it is perfectly okay to tell people today is not the day. It is perfectly okay to take time to process things. It is perfectly okay to stop and breathe, cry, shout, scream, whatever you need to do to help you feel better internally, because that's what it's about, is healing yourself internally. I don't condone hurting someone else in the process to make yourself feel better. But I do tell you that it's okay to not feel great. It's okay to not feel okay. And it's okay to express how you feel. I don't think anybody at this point care about a job or anything else when it comes to their humanity and their well-being. It's okay. Say it. If you can't say it to somebody who you know can keep it in confidence. But get it out. Don't leave it inside of you. It's important. As I end this message, I'm just going to say, as I always say, be impactful on the world. Be a positive impact in someone else's life. And keep positive energy around you. I promise my next video hopefully will not be sad and teary-eyed. I know the last couple have been that way, or at least this one and another one right before this one, not too long ago. And I'm really working on that, y'all. But it's hard because it just touches me, like when someone else's life doesn't have value to others, and how little it can mean to someone. And so, yeah, I'm a bit emotional right now, and I'm a bit angry, and I'm a bit of a lot of feelings. But at the end of the day, all those things are fueled by love. And I give you all my love and my respect and my encouragement to keep pushing forward. All right, take care.